We're in Holyoke, Massachusetts, where we'll talk about the trolley system of Holyoke. The streetcar went everywhere and it created neighborhoods, trolley neighborhoods, it created trolley parks, and these are very interesting research because you get to see how the population moved around and how institutions went along those routes. They actually built things just because they were on a trolley. Remember, you didn't have any other form of transportation, so you had to pretty much follow along. Now, I'm at this one because this is the epitome of the trolley line of Holyoke. The reason why is because the trolley line that came out to Lincoln Street, Northampton Street, went up to Mount Tom amusement park, in the Mount Tom park itself, and then you got on a little short spike, and you got up to the tramway, and that went up the mountain and down the mountain. So this trolley line was the creator of a trolley park, Mountain Park. All right, and we're scanning to see how the trolley would have been. It went up Lincoln Street and then went that right, and that's why this intersection is wider than most intersections, and why Lincoln Street is wider than most streets, because it had to have a trolley on it. And it took that trolley turn, and that's why you have big sweeping curbs here. People say, oh, they're just that way. No, there's always a reason for this. Most curbs in Holyoke are not sweeping and wide like this. This one was the most active trolley line, so it had big curves. And then when they were done for the day, they'd want to come back home. They would come back in this direction. And sweep homewards. Now, not everyone went up Lincoln Street, Northampton Street to Mountain Park to just go to Mountain Park. They went beyond. So you can keep on the trolley, go all the way to Northampton Street, and go to East Hampton and Northampton. All right, so this trolley system was vast, and people would use it at a incredible rate. It was listed as the second most successful trolley system in Massachusetts, and Massachusetts itself had the most trolley lines of any state of the 50 states. And the only one they listed as more successful than the Holyoke one was the New Bedford one, which also has a lot of small towns around it. So in terms of profitability, in terms of use, Holyoke's streetcar system was simply incredible. Now, this is not the only line, of course. There were other lines, and I'll give you a brief listing of them. Every one of those deserves a discussion. Every one of those deserves a presentation about them. But I'll just list them. There was the one that was for downtown. There was the one that left downtown and went up to Highland Park, and that was instituted by the father of Highland Park, Samuel Hoyt. There was actually a trolley up Pleasant Street, and it stopped right where the entrance to Joynes Point Park was. The city tried to get their own version of a trolley park. It didn't quite succeed, but at least it was there. And there was also a trolley to Springdale Park along Main Street, and that was very successful. That was almost a trolley park, but not the great trolley park definition, which is truly a park made by the trolley company, but it was also very, very heavily used. There was also a trolley to Willimantic, which became a trolley neighborhood. There was a trolley to Groton Street to Aldenville, which became a trolley neighborhood, and that one went onwards to Springfield. There was also a trolley to Fairview, which became almost a trolley neighborhood, not as successful. There was a trolley to Solly Falls, which became a bit of a trolley neighborhood, but it had the first trolley barn for sure. And then there was a trolley out to South Hadley Center, onwards to Granby and Amherst. And they bought out the Amherst trolley system that Holyoke did. And so there was quite a lot of business. Now there was another trolley up Laurel Street that took a turn and went outwards to the rest of Elmwood. That was called the Elmwood Circuit. And then there was one more that I'll tell you about, and that was the one to Westfield. It would go up Sargent Street, past Kirkland School, and then take a left, and it would go out on Westfield Road a bit, but then it would go behind the Holyoke Community College and into the woods there because Route 202 really didn't exist yet, and they'd go out to Westville. So all these trolleys created little institutions along the way, and some of them created trolley neighborhood, but none of them was as good as this one we're standing on, which went out to Mount Park, and it was the heaviest line by far. So thank you for listening to this summary of all the trolleys.